Hey, Weekly Walk viewers. I am here with Paige Paquette, who is the former, Paige, if I get this wrong, correct me, because there were a lot of words there, the former platform marketing lead at Slack, and you are currently consulting on platforms and developers. Did I get it right?
That's right. Yeah.
Awesome.
Hi. Nice to be here.
All right. I have to say, I did write it down, so I cheated a little bit. Yes. Thank you for being here. I'm in Vancouver Island. You told me when you sent me this photo. Where are you right now?
So I'm actually in Vancouver, BC. I'm in Kitsilano.
Okay. How far away are we from each other right now? If I was actually in Vancouver.
I mean, like as the crow flies, maybe an hour and a half, but you actually have to take a ferry to get to the island. So all told, it's like 4 hours.
Okay, all right. So we're a little
not that close,
but closer than we are actually with me on the East Coast and you in Vancouver.
Yeah.
So, awesome. All right. So would love to talk about developer marketing. I feel like lately, especially, it's just a super buzzy word. Everybody keeps saying, dev marketing, but I'd love to just go back to the basics of what is it?
Yeah, well, you've hit the nail on the head. It's a very buzzy term, and I think it's a very new field. So we, as an industry, haven't quite coalesced on exactly like a specific definition. Okay. But generally, when people are talking about developer marketing, they're either referring to products that require a developer to integrate the product into their system. Okay. So you can think of like a Stripe or a Twilio. It's a product that you integrate, yep. Or they might be talking about a platform, which is a company. So I'm coming from Slack, so I'll use that as the example. It's a company that opens up a platform, which is a set of APIs that developers can build with to create a product that sits on top of that platform, like a Slack integration that then is really meant to add more value to the underlying company. It adds more value to the underlying product. Because there's no industry standard and we are kind of like defining it as we go, certain companies will not have developer marketing at all. Yeah. They might have it sitting under DevRel. They might have DevRel sitting under marketing. Okay. I've seen it sort of structured in all sorts of ways. Okay. Oftentimes, the way I think of it is it's kind of the glue between DevRel, product, maybe customer success. Okay. And essentially, your role is to help both acquire developers to build with your tool, but really critically eliminating friction so that they can build things quickly and easily, and things that importantly get used. So it really requires a new way of thinking for marketers in terms of success, right? Because you're not thinking about a single conversion event, like a customer clicks pay. Yeah. You're really thinking about like an elongated funnel kind of thing. So a developer has to be so interested in using your product that they not only try it, but they actually spend time building it or building with it. And that is, that's a big investment in terms of time. So how do you help someone see that value as quickly as possible?
That makes sense. That actually segues perfectly into my next question, which, and that's originally how we got connected, is we had a lot of companies saying, we're looking to build out our developer marketing, program, platform. What does that look like? How do you do it effectively? I guess sort of it's a twofold question. Like, what makes a, developer marketing program effective, but also how do you know if it is effective? Like, how do you measure success on that? You just alluded to it a little bit, but kind of what are the metrics that you look for in that?
This space is super interesting because there's not a lot of like established benchmarks. And as I just sort of alluded to, it's not as simple always as someone converts to be a customer. In the case of a platform, for example, you're helping a developer create an app that sits on top of your platform. So in the case of Slack, it could be like a Twitter integration, just to use a random example. Yeah. And ideally, that's something that's going to get used because that's why they're investing time into it. It's not easy always to build an app on top of a platform. So in terms of success, I think about things like, are your marketing programs helping drive more developers to build stuff with your tool at a very basic level? And are you helping them be successful? So there you can think of both in terms of time to hello world is a metric that you might hear used. It's essentially like, how long does it take someone to get up and running with your tool or with your platform? And then critically, I really think about that usage piece is key, because there's all sorts of tactics that people can use to make people feel great, swag, whatever. But if someone is building something that actually isn't getting used, then you're not delivering that value. That's really like the key. That's the crux of it. Developers are not gonna, we think about like platform flywheels where it's like developers are building something that customers use, and then customers use it, and this actually drives more development on your platform, and it becomes this like virtuous cycle. So if you're not helping, if you're not looking at that usage piece, I think that it could be really easy to sort of miss the mark. And then stylistically, like, it's really easy to, like, I get a lot of founders contacting me asking about like, what tactics do developers resonate with?
We asked you that, yeah.
Yeah, which is a fair question. But I also think about like, I would almost like zoom out a little bit and think about like, before talking about tactics, it really comes down to deeply understanding your customer, which in this case is a developer, deeply understanding that developer's needs. Mm-hmm. What jobs are they trying to accomplish with your tool? What tasks are they going to try and achieve by using your tools? How is the world going to look different if they're successful? And what are their needs? And that sort of like baseline foundational understanding is really like the core of certainly developer marketing. I would argue like any type of product marketing.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
then from there you can talk about tactics. But are we removing as much friction as possible in this process? Whether it's technical hurdles to getting set up, it could be design hurdles, like helping someone, like taking some of the load basically off their shoulders in terms of figuring out how to actually design a product, and being a little bit more opinionated about like, this is how we think, we, the company, think that you should build products on top of our platform or using our products, and providing things like use cases, code samples, examples. Those are all kind of super key. And then obviously like really well-built documentation that is up to date and robust. These are all ways that companies can shorten the time to hello world.
That's awesome. I love it. We'll do another weekly walk on tactics. That can be a whole another conversation in itself once the foundation's built. All right. And my last question for you is, do you have any new hobbies or activities that you have discovered since the pandemic started, or any recent purchases that you have made?
Yeah, for sure. Yes. One is like walks. I never was like a walk person. I always would walk in order to like get somewhere, but I've been going on aimless walks and listening to podcasts. Brene Brown has a really great new podcast that I've been loving.
All right, check that out.
I've also been getting into meditation, weirdly. A coach that I work with out of San Francisco named Melissa Hurst, who's amazing, shout out to her, has been hosting free meditation classes essentially twice a week for the past like 4 or 5 months. And it's been awesome, and it's kind of become like a little community, which is really fun.
That's awesome. Walking, meditating. Did I hear you got a new dog? Did you get a puppy?
Yes, I also got a puppy. I should have brought her in here.
No, I wish. We've never had a dog on the weekly walk. So
she's extremely distracting, but super cute. Her name's Lola.
What kind of dog is she?
She is an Aussie Shepherd Lab Poodle cross. So she's a double doodle.
Double doodle. Her time to shine too. And as you know, I'm normally walking. I love to walk too. So this isn't a good time for that. I feel like I should just walk in these weekly sits now. So make up for lost time. But awesome, Paige, thank you so much for being here, sharing all of the dev marketing and platform knowledge that you have. And we'll see y'all soon. Bye, guys.